What you didn't see is on the opposite side of that camera was a little puppy, Dr. Fauci's new puppy, and they were holding it up saying the puppy gets it unless you say something reasonable about COVID. He was there under distress. He was like, it's time that we learn to live with it, that we figure out how much risk we can all afford. But indoor masking is still the most prudent thing. He said that to the BBC like a week before that interview, Dan. Indoor masking is still the most prudent thing. And we might have to return to lockdowns. And there's no way of knowing whether lockdowns worked or not. I'm not ready to say that lockdowns didn't work. Oh, and by the way, it's too soon to say that China covered up COVID-19 or hid any information from investigators. That's yet to be proven. And Trump is to blame for all the American deaths, even though more people died under Joe Biden's watch, and Joe Biden had vaccines and therapeutics. So Fauci was dragged to the more reasonable message, kicking and screaming. He told the BBC how he really feels, and the only reason he gave a different message on the Sunday shows here, one of them, is because the Democrats are terrified. You notice he went away. They didn't keep putting him on the Sunday shows. We got through on one of them. They want him to go away because the American people can't stand his stupid messaging. We're over COVID. We already know what he said, that we have to figure out our own individual levels of risk tolerance and live accordingly. And so the proof that Fauci still believes what he said to the BBC as opposed to what he said on the Sunday shows in America is what's happening domestically and with the CDC and organizations that are still beholden to him, right? Not individual states like Florida that's run by a reasonable chief executive like DeSantis, but you've got states like my own, where I am, Connecticut, where I'll give you an example. My son, my 12-year-old, had a close contact with somebody who had COVID last Saturday. He can't go to school this week. He doesn't have COVID. He doesn't have a symptom. He's not allowed to go to school. He's missing an entire week of school because he had a close contact, and now he has to stay at home. Okay. They're still masking toddlers in New York City. 2-year-olds. The federal government just extended the mask mandate on all of our airlines and our buses and so on. Like the vaccine mandates are still in place in most of the cities that imposed them. So you still could be fired or lose your job. They haven't said, okay, it's more reasonable now. You didn't get it. No problem. That's not happening. So his grip on these agencies is still there. And behind the scenes, he is still just as much of a doom master as he always was. And another point I want to make. So he comes out quietly, just delivering the message under duress, with the puppy. All right, I have to learn to live. We're not going to eradicate it. Whatever. My name is Dr. Anthony Fauci. And it's the same cowardly message of reason, that the left doesn't really believe in,